welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the video. Anthony and I have just got back from B&M and I said to him, I'll do a quick haul with what I bought when I got home, because I thought to myself, I spent £42, so I must have quite a nice lot of things to show you. Have I eckers like? £42 in B&M these days gets you nout. Absolutely nout. I spent 42 quid and Anthony spent 20 quid and he's taken his 20, well actually, that's not true. His 20 quid's with his here, but he hasn't got much for his money either. He's got Hot Wheels cars and fire logs and some Fabulosa, so you know, yeah, you don't get a lot. We spent more than 60 quid between us and you don't get a great deal for your money in B&M these days. Everything's gone bonkers, but hey ho, let me show you what I got anyway, if I can even read the receipt. I finally caved and bought some grippy tape to hold the, so if you can hear panting, by the way, it's Kai. He's laid on his chest, and when he lies on his chest, he pants. I bought rug grip tape to hold the doormat by the front door because it just skedaddles all around. Ever since we put lino down out there, it just skedaddles all around the hallway. It will never stay put. So I finally caved and bought some rug grip tape. I looked at the corner things first. They were £1 cheaper, but I thought if it's already got a rubber backing on it, so those corner things aren't working, we'll try the rug grip tape. £3.99. £3.99 for heavy duty. Hang on. So heavy duty that I can't get the packaging off. Heavy duty rug grip tape. Oh, but as long as it works, I suppose it's worth it, isn't it? I'm just absolutely sick of putting the doormat back. First world problem, I realise, very much first world problems. Before anybody passes a comment saying you're lucky to have a front door, let alone a mat to put in front of it. I'm aware. I'm aware. It's stuck to, as soon as I put it down, it's stuck to the table and the receipt. So we know it's sticky. It's just double-sided, super grippy tape. So super grippy, I can't get the end away. You'll have to believe me. It's not even exciting. I don't know what I was trying to show you. Natalie asked me if I would pick her up a sheet. She's got a new bed. She's gone down from a king-size bed to a double bed, which gives her a little bit more space in her bedroom. And so she treated herself to new sheets, but she didn't get a bottom sheet. So she said if I was going out anywhere, would I pick one up? £6 for a fitted sheet. That's not bad, is it? When you think of the comparison, really, £4 for some tape to hold your rug down, or £6 for a sheet, it's a very, very disparate pricing. But yeah, super soft fitted sheet in a double, £6 quid. I picked up a packet of the makeup wipes that I like. Oh, they didn't have the... I usually have the sensitive ones, I think, and these are just ones for dry skin, but they're all I had. These are £1.39. I've said this before on these videos. They're £1.39 in places like B&M and Home Bargains, and they're about £2.75 in Boots. So if you are using the Johnson's makeup wipes, don't go to Boots or wherever that happen. Go to one of the cheaper shops. I got another pack of these microfiber dusters. I bought a pack of these probably about 6 months ago, and they have become my favourite kitchen cloth. I don't just use them for dusting, I use them for washing up and all sorts, you know, wiping down the work surfaces. I don't like normal microfiber cloths, you know, that it does that to me. It's like chalk on a blackboard when I touch it. It's like, ugh. But these are super soft, and you get 5 in the pack for £2 quid. So I bought another pack of those, and I'm going to go through and throw away some of the older, scabbier cloths that we've got under the sink. £2 for the dusters. How much was my kitchen roll? £2.49. That's another thing that's really gone up in price. Kitchen roll. I try not to use it. I try to use, like I said, I try to use a cloth as much as possible in the kitchen rather than disposable. But sometimes there's something you just need a piece of disposable paper for. So 3 rolls for £2.49 on the kitchen roll. Kitchen roll, like I said, another thing that's got very expensive. I bought a pack of the Skinny Crunch Light bars. These are only 60 something calories, 65, 66 calories per bar, and these are particularly nice flavour. Now, interestingly, when I do my diet videos, quite a lot of people say you should stop buying those things. You should stop snacking, you should stop buying those things. And as I said before, the difference for me is that one of these, although it's quite nice, is only quite nice, and so it's enough. One of these is absolutely flipping delicious, and so then I want 3 more. That's the difference. So if I have these, I actually end up having less. But also, something that somebody else said in the Facebook group that I'm in is that when they eat these things, all they can taste is the artificial sweeteners. And for me, I think that's one of the bonuses, because, again, because you can taste that they're not the real thing, you don't want more of them. You don't want to have 6 in one go. 1 is enough. So they were £1 for the pack, and they were £1 for the pack as well. £8 each on those. And I also bought some Bounty triple treats. I quite like these. They are high in fibre, which is quite good. If you are trying to follow any kind of diet, then you need to make sure your fibre intake is okay to keep you regular. And they don't taste anything like a Bounty. Nothing like a Bounty at all. But they are a date, raisin and peanut bar topped with desiccated coconut, dipped and drizzled with milk chocolate. They're very nice, and they were reduced, I think. £1.49, maybe they weren't reduced. I thought they were £1.49 for 4 bars. I bought some Tiger Balm for my legs. This has been recommended to me several people. I've used Tiger Balm in the past, years and years and years ago. My dad used to use it. And so I've used it in the past. And then somebody else said, oh, you should try Tiger Balm on your aching legs and whatever. So here we go. I've got myself some Tiger Balm. It was only £1.09, I think. Yeah, £1.09. They don't call it Tiger Balm anymore. They call it Oriental Balm. I thought we weren't supposed to use the term Oriental. Apologies if I'm offending anyone with my use of terminology. I'm only reading what it says on the box. But yeah, it definitely used to be called Tiger Balm. But it smells just like deep heat. It is basically deep heat in a balm, isn't it? But I don't get on with spraying the deep heat. So £1.09, extra large tub. I don't think it's as strong as the stuff my dad used to use. The stuff my dad used to use was quite beefy. I bought 2 of these. These are the Fabulosa Laundry Cleanser. And I find that they cope very well. It goes in to the softener drawer, and it says it freshens your laundry and leaves it hygienically clean by killing 99.9% of viruses, blah, 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 blah. I add a splash of this in with the wash. I don't measure it. You're supposed to use 6 catfuls. I use a slosh because we're a very sloshy family. I find, what I was trying to say, I find it copes quite well with Anthony's socks. Anthony is a bloke, so he has bloke's feet. Bloke's feet stink. I don't know why men's feet smell worse than women's feet, but they do. And he also has a tendency to, because he does a lot of dog walking or whatever, he gets very wet feet, and then his socks might dry, and that his socks can be a little bit pungent, shall we say. And I bought it in Blush Babe fragrance. Now, what they think a Blush Babe smells like, I don't know, but it's quite pleasant anyway. So I got 2 of those. They're £1.99 each, but one of them does last quite a while. I got a pack of loaded fries. These are 75 calories a bag. I quite like those. You only get 5 packets in them. I'm sure you used to get 6 in a multi-pack of crisps, didn't you? But you get 5 now. And they are £1, I think, for 5 bags. Yeah, £1 for 5 packets. So, quite like a crisp. Now, Anthony and I stood and we ummed and ahed for ages about which weed killer to get, because I had loads of ones in the spray bottles, but then this one, which is the concentrated version. Now, the spray bottles were about £5-6 each, but this was £12, and I was like, oh, it's a lot of money to spend, a lot. But all around my patio, I've got paving slabs at the top end of the garden, which is where the sun hits in the morning. That's where I have my garden chairs. And we've got patio slabs and gravel around them, and it's just a grass fest. It's just all the weeds and all the grass have come up. So we're going to deal with it, and that's why we thought we'd get the beefy amount. This does up to 400 square metres. Well, I don't have 400 square metres of garden. I have about 4 square metres of garden. But obviously they will come back. So this should hopefully prevent us having to buy it again for a while. And we ummed and ahed for ages about whether to buy this or the spray. When we decided on this, you have to use... Where to look at it? We have to use 60 ml of the weed killer to 5 litres of clean water in a non-metallic watering can and stir the solution. Apply evenly over the entire plant, especially the leaves when they are dry, but avoid excess runoff. Each 5 litre of solution will treat 25 square metres. So I should only have to make up 1 solution to deal with the patio, at least for the first time. And to do that, we also decided that we would invest in a new watering can, because I thought it would probably be better to have 1 watering can for the weed killer and a different one for actually watering plants. So the watering can was £4 and the weed killer was about £12, I think, £11.49. So it's cost me £15.50 so far to try and get rid of the grass around my patio. But yeah, so we thought we'd better have a one for the toxic chemicals, and then we'll keep the green watering can for fresh water. And the last thing in my haul is this. This was a totally just impulse buy. It is a Squeeze Me sausage dog. It was £1.50, as you can see. Does anybody remember Stretch Armstrong? Did you have a Stretch Armstrong when you were a kid? I think there was a Stretch dog as well. If you remember what Stretch Armstrong's dog was called, let me know in the comments. I can't remember. It was made. It was made of this funny rubbery material, and it's filled with whatever it's filled with. I remember that if you broke Stretch Armstrong open, he was full of stuff that kind of crystallised, a bit like the stuff you get in a nappy. And I believe that's what this is. He's a stretchy out dog. He's like Stretch Armstrong, I suppose you'd call him. Stretch Body Strong. £1.50. I thought it'd be a nice something to fiddle with while I'm at work. I'm going to take it to work with me and sit there and fiddle with it to stop me wanting to nibble on food. I thought it'd be something to keep my hands busy. I mean, I couldn't chew it. That wouldn't help. Also, it was just a sheer novelty, really. £1.50. £1.50 for... Can you hear him squishing? I presume he'll go back to his proper shape when I... Can you remember, Anthony, whether Stretch Armstrong went back to his proper shape on his own? Yeah, he did, apparently. So yeah, I presume I leave him for a bit and then he just reasserts himself into his normal sphere. That's it. That is the haul and all of the haul. You don't get a lot for 42 quid in B&M, especially when you start buying weed killer. Thank you for joining me. Take care. Bye for now.